I'm real passionate about the craft I pursue. I can't lose when faced with a struggle. I only grew. My roots, they run deep, so far you can't reach.
Hey guys, Bowie here, and today we're looking at 5 extra Tinker tips, this time coming from Funkefal. You might not know this guy, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but you can be damn sure he'll grow in popularity soon. He's a top 20 EU ranked player, and he's insanely good at Tinker. The first thing we're talking about is pretty simple actually. Everyone knows that dropping items can increase your efficiency as Tinker, and Funkefal does that very often, even with no talisman, something I rarely see other players doing. What you need to understand is that you will lose more HP though, since you're using Soul Ring without your item. So the only times Funkefal goes for it is when he can march from safety. Like here, in this spot. While if he's in the top Radiant camps, he refrains from doing it. The increase in efficiency might look suboptimal to you, but if you march non-stop while dropping Soul Ring at level 7, you get to use 6 marches, while you will only get 5 if you don't drop them. That's a 20% increase, and it's pretty crispy. You're pretty much only doing this before you have Blink Dagger, and at this period you have level 1 rearm. It takes so long, you have nothing else to do, so shift queuing the new talisman drop is pretty easy to pull off actually. If you don't believe that it can be useful, in this clip where he farms this juicy creep stack, he gets ganked by the Shadow Shaman leeching experience. The reason he kills Shadow Shaman so easily here, which takes vision out of the ire to get the kill with TA, is because he dropped those new talismans after every rearm into Soul Ring, and that gave him the mana he needed. If you don't believe me, you can test it in a lobby, and also pay attention, he has 340 mana here, but he already Soul Ring, so if you're testing you have to do it like this. The next tip is marching spots and jungle efficiency in general. If you watch the last clip I showed, he always marches in this specific spot aligned to this tree. It allows him to farm both large and medium camps without him taking any damage whatsoever. In the other side of the map, he farms them similarly, while there's no spot that aggroes both of them without you taking damage. If you align yourself with the shrine and this tree, you can aggro the medium camp and the large camp at the same time. The second march is pretty much cast closer to the medium camp so that he takes less damage while the creep aggroes to him. On the dire side, there are a ton of ways of farming this camp, but if you have stacks or you're just afraid, this is a great way. Notice that he needs to auto attack or laser the large camp to draw aggro first, but provided you do it once, it will work because the first march will keep aggroing that camp constantly. If you have prowlers like he does in this clip, walking towards this spot for your next march will draw aggro from the ancients, allowing you to farm 3 camps at once. On the other side of the dire jungle, you can farm 2 camps like this. It's a pretty safe way to do it, and if you position yourself properly, you're going to be at almost max range from the camp leash spots, allowing you to drop your new talisman with ease without taking too much damage. Now we're going to talk about buying items in the shop with Tinker. So Tinker is a global hero, there is no denying that. On Cancel's video, I talked about him using raindrops to avoid death after a fight. There are other options though. In this clip, we see him buying dust as his team setups for a tiny kill that owns a Shadow Blade. Thanks to his decision, they secure an otherwise impossible kill. They actually had sentries, but Tiny was so fast that he got away from the range, and the dust was perfect. The next topic of conversation is more complicated to showcase, but it's related to Blink Dagger usage. As Tinker, you always want to have the highest amount of kill potential while being safe. More often than not, if you're jumped, you're dead, so there's a fine line of safety when you're playing the hero. When he finds Shadow Shaman here, I can see a lot of people just using Missile and blinking in aggressively. Something like blinking here to follow up with Nyx, thinking that it doesn't matter if you get hexed or shackled, since Nyx is there, he's gonna stun Shadow Shaman for you. What he does though, is walk up to Shadow Shaman, laser, and as Shaman turns, he blinks away to rearm safely and repeat. This is also one of the reasons people get the cast range talent as well as Aetherlands a lot of the times. It allows you to laser from bigger range than most disables, while also having huge blink range to reposition, rearm, repeat. Let's expand on that though. This clip is a way better example of that playstyle. He shows up here and most people would probably just missile and march, afraid of Night Stalker. What he does though, knowing that he can blink instantly, that Rasta has instant cast spells but not enough cast range, is walk up to them. The fact that he shows up gives Radiant the feeling that they can get the kill. But it's trivial for Tinker to blink away, and since they dove Tinker, he can punish them super hard afterwards with rearm. Look at this footage here, that by the way Tinker only survives because he has the move speed talent. Shame on you if you learn the lifesteal one. Since he has extra move speed while hexed, as well as after Shadow Shaman wastes his wards, he is able to get up the cliff, and pay attention how Funkefal plays afterwards. He missiles and clearly wanted to get the laser off by walking, but only blinks aggressively like that when he can find a safe jungle spot like this one, since he found a juicier target on TA. Basically, if you're using Blink in a teamfight, use it to disengage and re-engage, or use it to reach 3 spots that allow you to dish all your DPS safely. There are exceptions, but that's a clear trademark in his gameplay. The final tip of the day is the March of the Machines bait. Tinker is a hero that will get ganked, everyone hates the hero, and you should expect at least one gank during your laning phase. The way Funkefal baits Radiant here is insanely good. I'm not sure if he had any idea of the Night Stalker gank since he never hovered his camera over to him. I'm not sure if he only wanted to march the wave but then saw Night Stalker later, but anyways, his skill build is perfect for what he is actually doing. Against TA, a hero that has only physical damage output, you want 2 points in laser, and basically he lures Radiant to run perpendicularly against the march he placed, and notice how he suddenly just stops so that they keep taking damage from it. He lasers only when the refractions are down, transforming an enemy gank in him killing a core hero before falling. He actually had a Fairy Fire that didn't got used, but he was dead anyways because of the second void, so I guess it's fine. Baiting enemies like this to a perfectly positioned march is a great way to capitalize on the inevitable ganks coming your way. Well guys, this is it for today. Hope you had a fantastic time watching this video. As of always, this video is sponsored by Pvgna, and by the way, my Tinker guide is gonna be uploaded there pretty soon. There's a lot of juicier stuff that's like 1 hour of Tinker content, so if you're interested in the hero, the link is in the description below. I'm coaching via gamersensei. I have new rewards on my Patreon, so if you'd like to support your content creators on that platform, check it out. I'm also streaming and casting every day, so if you're interested, just follow me on social media. I usually use Twitter and Twitch a lot, so it will be a pleasure to have people that already follow me here following me there too. Bye.